If you don't know what Ojude Oba is, you are genuinely missing one of Africa's greatest cultural events. Imagine waking up in a small town. The air smells like red dust and something ancient. Then, just as the sun hits its height, drums, horses, a sea of gold, green and purple as far as the eye can see, people crying, people laughing, a whole people remembering who they are. The town is Ijebu, and what you are witnessing is Ojude Oba, the king's court. And it's just happening again, May 29th, 2026, and it was unlike anything before. Ojude Oba is Yoruba. It literally means the forecourt of the king. It's an annual festival held in Ijebu, a town in Ogun State, in the southwestern Nigeria. The Ijebu people, a proud, distinct subgroup of the Yoruba, gather every year at the palace of the Awujale, their paramount ruler, to pay homage. But there's the thing. It's not just a ceremony. It's a reunion. It's a fashion parade. It's a horse show. It's a family competition. It's a statement. One massive, colorful, thunderous statement that says, we are still here. Our culture is still alive. The festival is famous for its colorful displays, horse riding, processions, and coordinated family regalia that turn the entire town into a vibrant spectacle of culture and style. And every year, it draws thousands of visitors from across Nigeria and the world. Ojude Oba began in the late 19th century as an Islamic Thanksgiving event. Early Muslim converts in Ijebu visited the Awujale to express gratitude for religious freedom. The nation think about that. This wasn't originally a massive spectacle. It was intimate. It was about faith and about respect. Muslims faithfully, fresh from Eid celebrations, would walk to the palace and bow before their king. That was it. But the Ijebu people, being who they are, entrepreneurial, proud, sophisticated, turned it into something far greater. Families started competing. Age groups started coordinating outfits. Horsemen started displaying their prestige. And over a century later, it has evolved into a major cultural and tourist event with both national and international appeal, drawing dignitaries, tourists, celebrities, and business interests. The quiet Islamic Thanksgiving to Africa's biggest cultural flex. That's a glow up for the history books. Then there are the horses, one of the festival's most anticipated moments in the Balogun Horse Parade, which features descendants of ancient warrior families riding majestically into the arena on horses adorned with colorful fabrics and traditional ornaments. The Balogun families were warriors, generals, the kind of men who shaped the history of Ijebu land with iron and strategy. Today, their descendants ride those same horses, not to war, but to remember, to say our fathers were great and their greatness lives in us. It's not just pageantry. Every hoofbeat is a history lesson. Every rider is a living archive. The 2026 edition was different, deeply emotionally different. This year's festival is particularly symbolic as it is the first edition being held following the passing of the late Awujale of Ijebu land, Oba Sikiru Kayode Adetono. Oba Adetono, a king who reigned for decades, was the man most responsible for turning Ojude Oba into what it is today. He didn't just preserve the festival, he elevated it. He made it a global conversation. The 2026 edition is themed, celebrating the legacy of Oba Sikiru Adetono, and so the festival that he built became his memorial. Thousands of Ijebu sons and daughters in their finest regalia, honoring a king who made sure they would always have a stage to come home to. The nation beneath all the glamour and celebration was a deeper feeling that could be sensed across the town. From earliest hours of the day, you couldn't put it into words, but everyone who was there felt it, within Nigeria and outside Nigeria. Here is the bigger lesson, the one that goes beyond the horses and the Ashoke. Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun described Ojude Oba as a powerful symbol of peaceful coexistence, communal harmony, and cultural sophistication. He noted that hotels were fully booked, businesses were thriving, artisans were engaged. The festival was driving real economic energy. But more than money, Ojude Oba does something invisible and priceless. It tells every young Ijebu person, you come from something. It tells every diaspora Nigerian watching from London or Houston or Lagos, the culture didn't die while you were away. In a world obsessed with what's new, Ojude Oba insists on what's old, and it does it with more color, more energy, and more love than almost anything else on the continent. The 2026 Ojude Oba Festival is over. The horses have rested. The agbadas have been carefully folded away. The drums have gone quiet for now. But Ijebu Ode will never truly go quiet, because a people who celebrate this loudly, a people who dress this beautifully to honor their king, a people who ride horses through palace grounds to remember their warriors, those people are not going anywhere. Ojude Oba, the king's court, always. If this video moved you, share something new with you, or made you proud of where you come from, drop a comment. Tell me. And if you want more fashion stories like this from the festivals, the kingdoms, and the cultures of West Africa, subscribe. We are just getting started. And remember, we don't just wear fashion, we understand it here. Thank you for watching. I love you.